Hey guys, this is Anil from blogspassion.com. In today's video, we are going to talk about how you can index your website contents really fast in Google. I used to get lots of questions from my blog readers where they are struggling to get their contents indexed in Google search. So in place of replying to each and every user through email or through my Facebook group and all, I thought of creating a video around this topic. This video is going to be really helpful for those website owners and bloggers who are struggling with indexing issues with their latest contents. Apart from helping you index your latest content, I'm also giving away 5 copies of my keyword research ebook. So guys, if you want to know how to index your contents really fast and to get a chance to win a free copy of my keyword research, you should watch this video completely. Guys, if you're liking the contents that I'm creating on my YouTube channel, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Guys, now I'm going to share 3 methods that you can use to get your website contents indexed within 15 minutes on Google in most of the cases. First method will be using XML sitemap. Second method will be using the fetch as Google option in Google Search Console. And the third method will be linking to the latest content from your existing contents. So now I'm going to talk about all of these 3 methods one by one in detail. First method that you can use for indexing your latest content is use of XML sitemap. If you don't have an XML sitemap, you can create it with ease. For standard websites, there are lots of tools available using which you can create XML sitemap with ease and for free. To create XML sitemap for standard website, you can search for XML sitemap generator. So there are lots of XML sitemaps available. So for standard website, you can use free tools that are available. So you can search for XML sitemap generator or all of these queries, and that way you will be able to find website from where you just need to enter your website from. There they will create an XML sitemap for you, and then you just need to upload that XML sitemap on your website server, and from there you can submit the same to Google via Google Search Console account. So for student websites, you can use xmlsitemap.com website. So here you have to enter your website URL, and then they will create an XML sitemap for you. Apart from this website, there will be lots of other websites you can use to create XML sitemaps. And for WordPress based blogs, there are lots of plugins available using which you can create XML sitemaps for free. So there are 2 ways to create XML sitemaps for WordPress based blog. One, you can use a plugin which can help you create XML sitemaps. And if you are using a SEO plugin like Rank Math or Yoast, they have the inbuilt option to create XML sitemaps. So if you are using Yoast or Rank Math on your blog, then you don't need a separate XML sitemap plugin, because these plugins already have that feature in place. So on Blogspassion, we are using Rank Math plugin. So we are using the XML sitemap option from the Rank Math plugin only to create XML sitemaps for our blog. So let me just show you how you can do the same. This is so we are using Rank Math on blogspassion.com, and from here I can see sitemap settings. So from here I can decide the content types for which I need an XML sitemap, like for pages, posts, attachments, affiliate links, categories, or tag. In general, we use create XML sitemaps for posts and pages. Content types like categories, tags, or attachments, they used to be of less importance to Google search. So we should create XML sitemaps for pages and posts in general. Now let me show you how Blogspassion XML sitemap looks like. For that, you have to go to blogspassion.com/sitemap.xml. So this is the URL for my XML sitemap. From here you can see different sitemaps. So sitemap underscore index.xml. So that's the parent XML sitemap, and under this sitemap we have more sitemap. First 3 XML sitemaps are created for posts, and the last one is created for pages. So if you look at this page, we are showing 200 URLs only in a single XML sitemap. So from here you can decide how many pages you want to show in your XML sitemap. So we have restricted this to 200 pages per XML sitemap. So now we have the XML sitemap URL with us, so we can submit the same to Google via our Google Search Console account. So let me show you how you can do the same. So I'll just go to my Google Search Console account, and from here I have the sitemaps option. So from here I'll submit the XML sitemap URL to Google. I'll just click on submit. So I just need to submit the parent XML sitemap, and the internal sitemaps will be automatically picked by Googlebots. So from here we can see all the sitemaps. So this is how we can submit our XML sitemap to Google via Google Search Console account. And from here we can keep a check on how our indexing is going. If there are some issues with XML sitemap format, we can also keep a check on that from here. Guys, use of XML sitemap is a great way to submit lots of content to Google in one go, because with sitemaps you can submit all of your contents. When we use the XML sitemap, it automatically improves the overall crawling and indexing of your website. So guys, this was first method where we talk about how you can create XML sitemap for your website and then submit the same to Google by using Google Search Console account. So for student websites, you can use the online tools that are available, and for WordPress based website, you can install a plugin for XML sitemaps. And if you're using a SEO plugin like Yoast or Rank Math, you don't need a separate XML sitemap plugin, because these plugins already have the option to generate XML sitemap for your websites and blogs. First method I just discussed you was beneficial for the overall indexing and crawling of your website, but if you're struggling to index your latest contents on Google, so here's the second method that you can use. You can use the inspect feature option in Google Search Console account. So now let's talk about the second method, which is URL inspection feature. You can use this by your Google Search Console account. This method can be beneficial if you are struggling to index any of your specific content in Google, and this generally happens with the latest contents that we are publishing. Suppose we publish one content on our blog today, and if we want faster indexing of this content, so in that case we should use this feature. So let me just show you. In Google Search Console account, there is one option that's called URL inspection. So you should use URL inspection feature to index your latest contents. So suppose you publish one content on your blog and you want to index that content fast in Google. So in that case, you should use this option. So let me just show you my blog. So guys, this is my blog homepage, and suppose this is the one content that I want to index on Google really fast. So what I'll do is I'll go to URL inspection feature and copy paste that URL here and submit. So now this content is being submitted for crawling to Googlebots. So guys, this is how you can submit any of your contents on Google for indexing, since the URL was already available on Google. So for the status for this is URL is on Google already. So guys, this is how you can submit your individual blog posts or individual contents on Google for faster indexing. So if you're struggling to index any of your individual URLs, in that case you can use URL inspection feature. Apart from this method, there is one more method you can use to see if any of your content is indexed in Google. For that, you can use the command called cache colon. So suppose I want to see if this content is already indexed in Google. For that, I have to just type in cache colon and the blog post URL. So from here you can see this content is already indexed in Google, and it was last indexed in Google on 29th August. So guys, this way you can know if any of your content is indexed in Google or not. So you can check the same for your blog homepage, any page. Suppose I want to see when my blog homepage was last indexed in Google. So for that, I'll just type in cache colon, then my blog URL. So my blog homepage was last indexed on Google on 27th August. So this is how you can check the indexing of any of your content. It could be a home page or any page. So this could be your home page or any category page or any page. So guys, this is how you can check the indexing of any of your pages on Google. So you can use cache colon and then a content URL. So guys, now let's talk about the third method. It was linking to your new contents from existing contents. This way you will be able to pass on the much needed SEO juice to the new contents, and that will actually help with the indexing as well. So what you can do is you can link to your latest content from the existing contents. You should be linking to the new contents from those contents only that are very relevant to the latest content that you published. So let me just show you. So guys, suppose I publish one content on my blog, that was this one. The URL for this is blogspace.com/affiliate marketing for beginners. So suppose I publish this content. So what I'll do is I'll find some more contents on my blog from where I can link to this. So I'll find out words like affiliate marketing for beginners, affiliate marketing for newbies, all of these terms in my blog, and then I'll link to these blog posts from those words. Now let me show you from how many blog posts I have linked to this specific content. So you can see I have linked to this blog post from 41 URL. Let me just open one URL just to help you understand. I'll just find that URL. So you can see here I have linked to this blog post from here. The idea is to link to your latest contents from the existing contents in a natural way. You should be linking to them using the proper anchor text. And while doing interlinking, you should be using different anchor text. Don't use the same anchor text over and over. I would like to add one more thing here. So we already discussed you should be linking to your new contents from the existing one, and you should also link to your old contents from the new contents. So the new content should have link to the old contents, and from the old contents you should be linking to your new content that you're publishing on your blog. This way you will be able to send more SEO juice to all of the contents. Internal linking is a good way to get better rankings in Google search, and it also helps with better indexing of your contents. Friends, in today's video I talk about three methods. First was using XML sitemap, which can be beneficial for the indexing and crawling of your overall website. Second method was URL inspection, which can be beneficial for the indexing of specific URLs. And the third method was doing interlinking, where you are linking to your new contents from the existing contents, which was again beneficial for indexing and was also helpful for better rankings on Google search. So in most of the cases, guys, you can get indexing for your contents with these three methods. They are good enough for you to index all of your contents on Google search within 15 to 20 minutes. Creating XML sitemap is just one-time effort. So once you have submitted your XML sitemap to Google Search Console, you don't need to submit it again. They keep fetching the data from your XML sitemap time to time. So in general, you use the second method, which was URL inspection, where you submit the individual URLs, and you should make an habit to link to your new content from the existing one. There should be no content on your blog which is not even linked from one content on your blog. So each content should have some internal links. If that's the scenario with you, it's going to help you with better rankings in Google search automatically. So guys, if you are liking this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like this video as well. Now coming to the giveaway part, as promised earlier, we are giving 5 copies of my keyword research ebook. So how you can win that ebook? Do a comment on this video, and I'll pick 5 guys whose comment I will like the most, and I'm going to announce the winner for this giveaway in the next video. So guys, if you want to increase your chances of winning my keyword research ebook, you should leave a really good comment on this video. Friends, if you want me to do a video on any specific topic, you can share those topics as well as comment. Guys, if you want me to do a video on specific topic, you can share your ideas as well by comments here. I'll pick the ideas that I like the most and we'll do a video on them as well. With this, I'm going to end this video and we'll see you in the next video. Till then, keep watching more videos on my YouTube channel, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching today's video.